What is up, YouTube? Northeast Ohio Sports Cards. I would have done this video sooner, but I was too busy selling everything I own to buy more THT. It is Talen Horton Tucker Mania. All right, gotta talk about this. Was not planning on making this video. My next video was supposed to be about Giannis, but when there's a new greatest player in the NBA and the new MVP 2-game preseason sample size candidate, Giannis gets pushed to the side. YouTube nonsense down below, like, comment, sub, all that jazz. So, for those of you that didn't watch it, last Thursday, I made a video on the eve of the NBA preseason and around the 5-minute mark, and I'm going to take a victory lap on this one. I have the receipt to back it up. I don't do this very often. I'm going to take the victory lap. I said, and I don't remember the exact quote, but the gist was, hey, this market might be overreactionary. I recommend not having your rando players listed at buy it nows on your preferred selling platform, StarStock, eBay, etc., because you will get burned. And I said, some rando like Talen Horton Tucker is going to go off this weekend, and his prices are going to go crazy. Welp, wish I bought more before the spike. All right, let's talk about this. So, if there was any questions about the market being extremely overreactionary and going crazy over some practice games, yeah, we could push that to the side because it still exists. Exhibit A is on my screen right now. So let's review Mr. Horton Tucker. He gets a nice little LeBron tweet about, man, this guy's looking good, etc., etc. On I think Wednesday or Thursday, and then Friday he goes out and scores 20 something or whatever. I don't even remember what it was. Plays basically the whole game. And I specifically called him out in that video because I knew he was going to get a ton of playing time because the Lakers aren't going to play anyone that matters. Sunday rolls. He gets a nice little price bump. We'll go over a little chart here in a second. I'm going to use StarStock data for this. He is not in market movers, and I didn't feel like scrolling through a bunch of 130 point listings. So the market is not 100% equivalent, but it is close enough for our purposes here to at least show off what's going on here. He gets a little buzz from the Friday night game. You know, people start buying him. And it wasn't as crazy. It took 2 games for this to happen. So it wasn't as nuts as Bull and MPJ in the summer. But once the second game happened and he went off for 30 whatever last night, oh boy, the horses were out of the barn. I'm going to say this right now. If you are buying Horton Tucker, if you consider yourself a sports card investor and you are in this to make money and you are buying Horton Tucker at these prices, you need to reevaluate your life choices. Hot take, maybe. Don't think it is. Maybe you don't like hearing it. But what the hell are you doing? So, yeah. Let's look at some charts. And we're going to talk about his base optic because Horton Tucker does not have a Prism rookie. So his base optic is kind of been his go-to. It's the one leading the charge quite a bit more than Mosaic at this point. So once again, we are looking at StarStock data. It is not 100% one-to-one to the real world, if that makes sense, because it's a closed ecosystem, but it's close enough. So let's look at, this is kind of small. Let me make this bigger because I get yelled at all the time. We cannot see what you're talking about. So hopefully this is better. Once again, I'll take the victory lap on Thursday the 10th. Where's Thursday the 10th? December 10th. I said, do not have these randos listed. He was $3.60 that day. This was the day of the LeBron tweet. I believe it was the 7th or the 8th, and you can see he gets a little run. December 7th, he was 51 cents a card. How are those people feeling today? The 8th, he jumped to $1.36. The 9th, he jumped to $2.30. The 10th, which was Thursday, then Friday and the Saturday, he got up to $6. He kind of sat around for a little bit. He got to 10, and then the 30-point game happened, and he is now around $20 a piece. You can see the last few sales here are all between. It looks like you got all the way actually up to. See some 22s, some 23s. Those are Bs. Just looking at A's. 22, 23. He got over $20. He is currently sitting right now at a little under $20 at $18.50. So, yeah. The market's still going to jump at nonsense. My thoughts are this. Is there a chance he's actually going to be a really good NBA player? Let's go crazy. Is there a chance he's an all-star one day? Sure, there's a chance. There's always a chance. We'll call that the 1 to 2% chance, maybe 5%, whatever. Let's say 5%. I'm making these numbers up anyway, so who cares? What are the most likely outcomes? That he ends up being a really good NBA role player. Maybe a sixth man. Hell, maybe he even starts on an NBA championship team. That could happen as soon as this year. Who knows? He has been trendy before this. In a couple off-season podcasts that I listen to across the various NBA podcast networks, there's been some people talking about him. I've heard his name mentioned in one-off conversations about scouts liking him, et cetera, et cetera. He showed flashes. He showed some flashes last year when he played. So his name was on my radar. That's why I mentioned it on Thursday's video that I put out. And it wasn't like I was like saying run out and buy THT. It was just funny that he's the guy's name that I mentioned about prices going crazy if he plays well. And here we are on Monday. So his most likely outcome is that he is your above average NBA player, maybe a sixth man, maybe a fourth guy in your starting lineup on a playoff team. Could he start for the Lakers this year? Sure, maybe. They get a couple injuries or something, and the coach has already said he is going to carve out some more time for him just based off this play. So he's going to get some run. So the people buying today that are going to get, his optic hollows or whatever, that's pretty much his premier high-end card at the moment. And they're going to take him and send him in the grading and whatnot. They could really do well. Who knows? Who knows anymore? They could get those back. They could turn that whatever the hell optic hollows are up to now. But even a base optic for $20, $20, you bought it, $30 to grade it, 4 to 6 months at PSA, comes back around the NBA playoffs. Hey man, maybe you're sitting on a gold mine. My approach to this has been, and if you could see my desk, the reason I don't have a desk camera up is because it is a disaster area right now. Is because I have stacks of THT cards with shipping labels underneath them. I have taken the approach to sell pretty much everything that I own of him, and I think that is the smarter approach. Yes, I could be leaving money on the table. Yes, someone could be buying these, and I sold at the inflated prices. I sold 3 blue velocities for $150 in a single lot. That's $50 a piece. That was about a $5 card on Friday morning. If someone wants to make money off that lot, or they can make money off that lot, you know what? More power to them. I'm going to take the massive profits and run. And then if someone else can turn it around and make more money off of it, so be it. I will let them take that risk because it is absolutely a risk. I even considered pulling out a couple of my better looking base cards, and I had a blue velocity that looked pretty good They all look pretty good. So centering was a little weird on those, but those are rough. Anything optic is really tough on centering. I had one that I thought would PSA 10. I had a pink hyper that I thought would PSA 10. Two of my pink hypers had print lines on them, which is common on those cards. And I thought about pulling them out and throwing it in my pile for the next PSA submission. And I looked at that blue velocity and I said, these are selling for $50. What are you doing? Like, that could be a $10 card to get in a month, or maybe it stays at $50. I don't know. But it was in my penny sleeve box of random rookies on Friday. And now I've made 150, 250, I don't know, $400 to $500 on Talen Horton Tucker stuff in the last 12 hours. I was in bed last night, almost asleep. I had to get out of bed and go down to my desk to make postings for eBay. And they all sold, some of them by the time I got back upstairs. And I posted high. You know, I had offers popping in within 5 to 10 minutes of posting. And I accepted the last offer on a lot that I have today. I have one mosaic pink camo left that I thought about maybe holding on to, but it looks like it has a surface mark on the back. So I may just end up selling that as well. But I probably cleared out about $400 or $500 on Horton Tucker base cards, hypers, blue velocities. I ripped a lot of optic and a lot of mosaic. So I had a lot of his stuff laying around. And so the lessons that can be taken from this. One, do not have guys like this just posted at best offer, buy it now. What is your upside for selling a Talen Horton Tucker card on a Thursday night for 51 cents or $1? Maybe that's the way you want to grind it out at that low of a dollar point, especially in the preseason when these guys are actually playing. I'm not keeping that card listed on like a Star Stock or an eBay. There is no chance in hell. No chance in hell. Because you're asking to get your ass bit. Second thing, make sure you're organized. I knew pretty much exactly where my stuff of his was. I didn't know everything that I had. I don't keep like an offline inventory for this stuff, for the stuff that's not in Market Movers. So my higher end stuff, I know exactly what I have. But I knew exactly where to go look for his stuff. I knew which box it was in, and I have a box that's all rookies from this year of all the different sets, everything that I ripped. And I went in and pulled everything out, and I started making lots. Okay, here's a base optic lot of 11 cards. Here's a mosaic lot of 12 cards. Here's 3 blue velocities, 3 hypers, whatever. And I had that all up and online last night within 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20. It took me a little bit while to get the mosaic base together. And then 3, if you're really taking this seriously, as dumb as it sounds, you got to pay attention to this preseason nonsense. This is where the most money is to be made. That's $400 I made that was practically worthless on Friday. And once again, someone might take this stuff, they may send it off to PSA, and they may make another 1,000 on top of it if the stuff all comes back 10s for them. The stuff was not sorted through, it was whatever. But hey, that's a risk I'm willing to take. And I think more often than not on guys like this, I'm going to always lean towards just cleaning out my inventory on these guys that spike like this. And if someone else wants to make money on top of it, great. I'll take my whatever cut that I make of that sale. You know, I made a ton of profit selling them raw and getting them out of here. Someone else might make a ton of profit selling them graded and getting them out and then selling them in 6 months. But who knows? He could be the next whatever. Giannis, like I said at the beginning of the video. I doubt it. But maybe he's an NBA All-Star. Maybe he's first team All-NBA in 5 years. It could happen. Crazier stuff's happened. But, you know, more likely than not, he's, you know, your average NBA wing. That's fine. But I don't think his blue velocity is worth $50 a piece at that. So, once again, if you bought a bunch of them, I wish you well, but I don't think it's the right play. And once again, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, Someone might look at this video and be like, look at this idiot. He said sell Talen Horton Tucker blue velocities for $50 a piece. It's like a $400 card. What a dummy. I was into him for basically free. So I'll take the whatever percentage profit that is. Say I'm into him for $1. And I sold it for 50 because all the optic that I opened, I was free. I didn't pay anything for it because I sold enough sealed to cover my costs. So I'm going to take this $400 or $500 and I have my eye on a Luka optic PSA. And I also have my eye on a couple Giannis stuff. So I am going to take this Talen Horton Tucker profits and I am going to reinvest it back in on Giannis and Luka. I'm not sure which card yet. The Luka is a very expensive card that I have my eyes on. I just don't know that I want to spend that much. But there's some reasonable Giannis stuff that I may pull the trigger on that I have my eyes on. And this will easily pay for that. So if you could have told me on Friday morning or Thursday when I posted that video that, hey, that pile of Talen Horton Tucker stuff you have laying around, you could trade that for a low-end Giannis PSA 9 rookie. I'd be like, what? Sure. Done. 10 out of 10 times. Done. But, so yeah, moral of the story is pay attention to this preseason nonsense. Don't leave your stuff for sale listed, especially the low tier guys. The guys that have established markets, it's one thing. Guys like this that could pop off, you're just asking to get burned. So, that's all I got for you guys today. I was not expecting to make this video. So, Talen Horton Tucker mania, let it resume. I still have the honest video I want to do in the pipeline, so that will be coming up quickly. I also managed to snag a Hoops Premium Hanger Box and an NFL Prism Blaster, so I may rip that at some point in time and record it. I don't know. We'll see. Wednesday, I hope to have. I talked to my LCS. I'm going to try to get a box of the Hoops Premium Hobby Hybrid. Mouthful, I know. To rip. They open at 11 a.m. I'm going to try to grab it and get it up as soon as I get home from work. We will see. I would like to be one of the first ones up with a Hobby Hybrid rip. It looks like an interesting product. I'm going to see what this hanger looks like. The cards look nice. I watched a couple videos. Some people that found it last week. But it's out there, so go start checking your spots and see if you can track some down. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I just had to talk about this. So like, comment, sub, YouTube nonsense down below. Star Stock promo, Market Movers promo, all that jazz. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.